understanding that no matter what the situation is, if I'm alive, then I can still do something about it. Hello, this is Active Empathy. My name is Lorette. So, as you guys probably know, the world has changed. As we're continuing to move into a new age with different stressors like AI, the rapidness of how things change in general, right? The power dynamics, the family dynamics, our soul's calling. We're starting to see lots of different signs for us to allow us to move on, move forward. And some of these signs come in the form of stress. And I am no professional at anything. And at the same time, I have also been through lots of trials and tribulation that have allowed me to sit comfortably and speak on how to move through and handle stress and also live a beautiful life. Sometimes that equates to the dollar amounts that are in your banking account, or sometimes that equates to the dollar amounts in your body and the love that you have for the people in your life and your soul. And that's one thing that I feel I wanted to speak to today is a lot of the times we don't always see the blessing in the curse. And most of the time, there's always something that can be learned. One of the things that I find to be really helpful is understanding that no matter what the situation is, if I'm alive, then I can still do something about it. And that might just be meditating on the stress that I feel. And so if it's just the two of us, it's just you and me, and you've been going through a lot of stress and you've had a lot going on with you and maybe no one knows about it and you hurt really, really bad, but you have to feel like you put on a smile, or you have to put your shoulders back in some of my groups that we speak about. Just know that you're not the only one, and you are 100% okay with being able to feel those feelings. And I know that the first thing that we want to do when we feel a bit of discomfort, the stress, the sadness, is we want to go to our addictions. And this is something that I know very well and realized over the last however many years, that we can be so addicted to so many different things to allow us to be distracted from the pain and the stress that is there. And this can show up in substances. It can show up in wanting to have it be gone, right? Going to the doctor, trying to stop it. Not that if it's necessary for you, whatever works for you. And then also just even the devices, the food that we eat, the things that we look to outsource, and just anything that we can do to get away from the present moment, the stress that we're in, the feeling that is inside of us. And what I know for myself now, and if there's anybody out there who's going through that hard time, is that when we do that, we never have an opportunity to learn how to overcome the stress. It just becomes a band-aid over the stress that has always been there. And then we continue to need more and more band-aids because we never actually look at the problem. And this has been said so many times before. And so if this variation of how I'm saying it helps you, then I want to work with you. Not necessarily personally, unless you want to, but today and over the last, I'd say about 2 months or so, I've been allowing myself completely to feel the stressors, going into understanding the addictions that I have. And even if they seem to be small for some people, understanding what I do specifically in order for me to run away from the stressors. And so one thing that I've been doing is every time I feel a bit of stress come up, I don't do anything at all. I sit with it. I allow. I am. And then when I have a chance where the stress is finally calmed down, I journal about it. And then I witness in myself, what is the thing that I look to go after? whether it is my phone to give me the dopamine hit, or it might be food for me, where I feel the need to eat something or put something in my mouth to make the stress go away. And sometimes it's even people, where I'll call somebody to try to make it go away. Now, in some cases, obviously, we all know ourselves and we have our own knowing. So you're the only one that can know what it is for you that works best for you, and when you're currently or are in a stressful mode and you're outsourcing your power. So I hope if this is something if you guys are watching this and you can feel some of that for yourself and you see what it is, then hopefully this down regulates some of that stress in order for you to realize that it's not just you that goes through that wanting to numb it, to wanting to go to the phone or drugs or whatever it might be. You're not the only one. We are currently all on some level doing this, which is why I'm sure you found me here. So if it's just the two of us and you want to experiment with this and you think it might be helpful, I encourage you to journal about the stress that comes up for you and take notice of what it is that you reach for whenever you're stressed out. And if you become aware of it, try once or twice a day to just allow yourself to be in that stressful feeling and not pick up the phone or the drug, or give it a minute for you to actually be able to sit with it. So that way you can move forward with the energy in which you prefer and see that coming and moving past the stress is actually a superpower in and of itself. So hopefully that was helpful for you. If you are just listening to me and it's just the two of us right now, thank you for listening, and thank you for being on a journey with us moving forward. We're all on this journey together, and on some level you're going to be doing your own knowings and I will be doing mine. But if you think that you can do it, you can. And if it's in your heart, it's done.